Hypixel Skyblock, 0 to 1 million coins in one day. Many ask how this is possible, how I was able to get to 1 million coins in one day, how this was even remotely a thing that you could do. But how it really works is by making sure that every other Skyblock player has no idea what they're doing and that you do. That's how you make money. So I began by creating a new profile, and from here I would spend the next 30 seconds mining dirt off my island, and then bridging over to the main hub. But basically, what I was planning on doing was figuring out what items regular players in the game of Skyblock have spent thousands of hours not being able to make themselves, but of course we could make in under like 1 minute from just like being in the hub and getting everything that we could possibly need to make it, but then reselling it at like 3,000% of the price because that's the fastest way to make money. There are plenty of videos out there explaining how that works, so that was pretty much step one. So another optional thing for newer players that are actually watching this video to try to see how the heck to make money in Skyblock, I would recommend the first thing that you should actually do is try to unlock the Bazaar, which requires level 7 in foraging, farming, and mining, which might take you a little bit of time to get. It's about an hour and a half. But once you do have it, you're able to use the Bazaar and then sell all basic resources for like 40 times to that one NPC than any other NPC in the entire game. So probably do that. Also, by walking around the spawn and talking to all the villagers, you can learn a lot about Skyblock, so go do that. It's pretty easy, and it's a good experience, so go do it. So after getting level 7 on foraging, farming, and mining, I decided it was time to use the Bazaar and the auction house simultaneously to make as much money as possible in the shortest period of time. But then I realized I don't have any good tools, so I decided to use the auction house primarily, because that would make me the most money. So you know how there's books from the librarian in Skyblock? Something that you can actually do is get these books at level 1, but you can't get them at level 5 usually. So what you're able to do is go get these books, craft them together for 0 EXP levels at the anvil right outside of the librarian, and make them into higher tier books, which then I could bring to the auction house and go sell. And I looked at the auction house in the bin, and these things were going for upwards of 19,000 just protection. And almost all the other books at the librarian had the exact same thing. All of them could be sold for right around 25,000 coins maximum at the auction house for a level 5 book. And all I had to do was buy the books from the librarian, go to the anvil, craft them together, make a level 5 book, go to the auction house and go sell it. Process repeat, and kept making 20 to 25,000 coins per book that I could craft for 1,001 minute of my time. 24,000 coins approximately per minute. See, the thing is though, you can only have 14 auction slots when starting, so when I was trying to auction off more items, I was only able to put 14 items in, which can become a problem if people aren't immediately buying your stuff. Luckily, these things were selling like hot cakes. I actually ended up putting up a book for around 10,000 coins, and within half a second, the book actually sold. Doing the math, that was a 1,250% profit in less than half a second. And the reason I figured out that I could actually do this was thanks to Technoblade's video a year and a half ago during the first potato war. During that video, he had said that he could make hot potato books and basically make infinite money in Skyblock by making them. However, he could only make so many in a day. I tried to think of a way that I could make infinite amounts of books for the supply so that the demand would also be infinite for them as well based on the player base, therefore making me actual infinite money in Skyblock in a shorter period of time, however only limited by the auction slots that I had. And actually there is a workaround to this. By making an alternate account, you can actually just make infinite money, because then you have infinite auction slots to put up more items, and then you don't have a problem about auctioning more items. And after doing all of this, I decided that I didn't want to actually spend real money on it, so I just left my account with 14 auction items up, and then logged out after getting 75,000 total coins put into my bank in only the first hour. So, I logged back in 40 minutes later, had 122,525 coins worth of these books sold. I don't know why these people can't make them themselves, but you know what? It makes you hundreds of thousands of coins in less than an hour. I'm pretty happy with this. So I pulled out all the coins, and of course the books that were remaining kept putting them back in, and as I was refilling the books, I continued to make money up until I had 333,000 plus coins. Actually 350,000, but it sounds better saying I had 1/3 of a million at this point. And then I logged back out after restocking my auctions once again at 14, and then waited another half an hour. As I logged back in half an hour later, I saw I had a solid 94,500 coins built up. Not as extreme as the last time, but still pretty good, bringing us up to a total of nearly 440,000 coins by this point. And I would continue restocking and selling and restocking and reselling books once again until we would reach a total of nearly 500,000 coins. And this process even continued up until we got up to 700,000 coins. And at this point, we ran into the first problem of all: 640 books per day. Skyblock had expected this problem a long time back, where essentially players would be able to combine as many books per day as possible, and then eventually be able to find a flaw in the market as I did, but at a much larger scale. So they essentially capped each type of book at 640 per day, allowing us at the very least to have enough to finally get to the million. But it would be very, very wide stretched and also more difficult to get there, so I had to consider a second opportunity. And this is when I remembered that on my alt account, I once had a jungle axe that was able to chop down trees about 10 times faster by essentially imploding the insides of a tree with one hit of the axe. And I decided to go grind for this, to make the rest of the money from what we had gotten to at the time. The problem with the jungle axe is that actually it does take level 7 in jungle wood, not only in foraging, which means that I actually had to go to the jungle forest and go and get the wood, which would be a long journey from where I was currently, and on top of that, I would also have to grind with other players in a public server, meaning that this was going to be extremely difficult on a new account. So from here, I went to the jungle island. Oh hey, what's that? You better not. Oh my god. Why? I've been here for 5 seconds! Why did you give me this? Now I'm gonna have to pay it forward to make the video legitimate? No! Alright, so to keep the video actually fair, I did grind out the levels and also made one of these to pay it forward to another player after the video. Understandably, I actually did get it anyways, so I went with it, and majority of the money came from the books anyways. This only provided me an extra 5,000, so technically we don't count this. But oh my god, random Skyblock players are the nicest people on the planet, and sometimes it just ruins videos. And finally, after putting up another 3 sets, 2 logouts, and a return after about 2 hours in total, the money continued to trickle in until we were only about 15,000 off, and then the final one came in, and I deposited the remaining 85,000 in the purse, and we had reached it. 1 million coins in one day. From zero. In conclusion, a lot of effort was put into getting 1 million coins, and then I never proceeded to spend it, but at least one guy gave me a jungle axe, and I proceeded to carry it forward to another, so something was accomplished, and that's good. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe so I can produce more content in the future, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!